So I figured today, Sunday, would be as good a day as any to take a walk through my neighborhood while we discuss whether or not the market is going to do weird things in 2020. 2019 is almost over, can you believe it? Now you might be saying, but Steven, you already showed me this neighborhood. Don't you remember the time you went up the hill and then you got chased away? And I'd say, yes, you are correct. Very astute. Thanks for being a viewer for a long time. But I've gotten some new subscribers, so not everybody saw that video. So let's take a walk and talk about whether or not the market's going to do weird things in 2020 and why it may very well not. I always really appreciate seeing green grass like this because it costs a lot of money to keep the uptake on this going. And so, it brings a lot to the neighborhood because their water bills are probably several $100s a month compared to everybody else with desert landscaping out here. But you gotta love green grass, especially in the desert like Vegas. I'm totally skipping on the yard sale. I actually went over to that yard sale earlier today, so it would be awfully disingenuous of me. I bought a GoPro hat. By the way, special thanks to Alfonso, who met me here in Vegas. You guys can always meet with me. I'm open to anything. And he brought me this, which was really cool. He bought it from the Raiders store just down the street from the main strip, which was awesome. I didn't ask him to. He just said I needed something that was a little cleaner and a little more representative. It signaled what Vegas is moving into. I can't talk today. Oh, it's terrible. Isn't it bad? It's so bad. I really like these plants here. These things are huge and they're really pointy, like seriously pointy, like you will mess yourself up. But that's a good thing to keep people. It'll keep the dang whippersnappers off your lawn. Get off my lawn, you kids, before you poke your eyes and brains and everything else out on my razor sharp plants. I mean, that stuff will hurt you, but it's nice to see some greenery. Right, so we're doing a video on 2020, whether or not there's going to be a boom still. So a lot of folks are like, they love to see the fall of an icon. So I think a lot of people are like, yeah, Vegas is done for. Forget that place. Let's go to the new place. And there's no new place. What are you talking about? So is Vegas done for in 2020? I would have to say that housing has to come down a little bit. A lot of the houses you see right here have appreciated in value a great deal over the last little while. But whether or not that can stay happening is one thing. But will housing stay strong? I'd say yes. I'd have to say it will. And there's a reason for that. So the deal is simple because housing is dependent on workforce and people moving there. And Vegas is not going anywhere in terms of construction jobs and projects. You have the Drew where the Fontainebleau used to be. You have the Circa downtown. There's this building at least until the middle part of 2020. And everything else that's going to surround this building right here is going to require construction workers too. There's a lot of different things going on and there's a lot of blank land on the strip, especially on the south end by Hacienda where the Raiders Stadium is, which will keep construction jobs pretty darn full. You got to also think too, what else do you have going on in Las Vegas that would keep the job sector good? You have stuff like the convention center expansion, and then you have the Caesars Convention Center they're building behind the Flamingo across from the Link. You have all these things that are coming into town, and oh shoot, look, this is awesome. I tried to show this in my last video. I don't think I got the scale of it, but wide angle, right? That is a big plant. The biggest plant that I will get poked with if I don't watch myself. Let's watch ourselves. Anyways, lots of construction. Housing going up, but lots of construction. Talk about a view. This is a great view. You got the Palms Towers. You got the Palms Towers. And speaking of more construction, there's construction happening just down the road from us here. let's do our obligatory, at least it's not at the start of the video, wasting your time, introductions. My name's Steven, and I am definitely not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas YouTuber. I make Vegas media. I have a video media company that does website stuff, and I do these things for you so you get an idea of what the real Vegas is all about. Stand in the shade for a minute here, it's so hot. Do me a favor, if you guys like the video at any time, click like, share, subscribe, bang that bell. It won't make a noise except your mouse or your finger tapping it, so you know when I do the new videos. We're going down to the Raiders Stadium in a day or two, so we'll have that for you too. That way the YouTubes know that I'm doing a good job. He has somewhere to go. So do we. So I don't see a lot of homeless folks in my neighborhood, but there's totally a homeless guy over here, I think. It's a person. So I'm gonna walk on the other side of the street. I know that's terrible, right? But I don't want to bug that person. They got their own set of problems, don't want to be on a camera being exploited. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, things that are happening. The MGS sphere is happening. That's a big, huge thing that we'll cover on the channel here too, so be sure you subscribe. That's a big, giant construction project for a very crazy looking type of indoor arena. They can't play sports there. It's all just for music. And then you have other projects down in Henderson, towards Henderson, the Lake Las Vegas area by Boulder City. They announced that they're going to be building a giant seniors community for people over 55, but that's some really nice real estate down at Lake Las Vegas. They have a golf course down there. It's real pretty. Maybe someday when I get the funds, I'll do a GoFundMe. GoFundMe to go eat dinners at nice places. It's so insidiously, evilly genius, but I'm not going to do that. So what's real interesting, by the way, about this area is that you have the nice houses up here, and then you have the less nice places down here, and on the other side of that fence right there is actually a mobile home park, which I think I'm going to end up walking through one of these days just so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like in there, because it's a mobile home park, but it's not like the stereotype that you see in a movie like 8 Mile or something like that. It's just neat to see that they do exist. There's also one over by Decatur with a really good view of the strip. They purposely built it on a giant hill. Actually, I think that's the one I should go to. Yeah, this is a seniors only mobile home park. We're gonna go to the other one. Not today, but stay tuned, okay? But as a whole, I do think that Vegas has time left for the growth. There's so many things that are going on here that aren't just on the strip. It's bringing a lot of folks here, so I don't see why we couldn't have another 2, 3, 4 years of economic prosperity. It's gonna be up to scared the living you-know-what's out of me. I didn't know better, that was on purpose. There's gonna be a couple of things that might come into play. Number one, politics always come into play. I'm not talking about state or local level. I'm talking about the fact that there's a big, giant election coming up for President of the United States in 2020. People get scared, they pull back a bit. No matter what happens, they're always going to be scared in times of uncertainty. That might slow it down a little bit, but still, the construction can't stop. The economy would take a lot to get damaged to that point. So we'll see how things go from here. That's one point. Another point, second point, could be the fact that, you know, if the tourists stop coming and all the conventioneers ever stop coming, that would absolutely tear us to bits. I don't see that happening. So I think Vegas is in a good place. If you're thinking about moving on here, check out my channel. Send me an email if you guys want to talk with me about, you know, your future stay and your future trip. And I will talk to you guys back. If you guys want to support me, just like, share, subscribe to videos. Hit up the links below for more options. If you guys want to send some dollars and cents my way for my family over in the Philippines. And this is really good pizza, by the way, Metro Pizza, known Vegas wide. What's your favorite pizza place? And if you made it this far, say I made it this far, this is my favorite pizza place. I gotta go to the store. We'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, doing all that stuff. Bye-bye, guys.